Good morning, my friends. DRBMiller here. How is everyone today? A wonderful, wonderful, sunny and very, very hot morning here in London suburbs today. They said that the Easter weekend is going to be tropical, and certainly it looks like this from very, very cold weather and very cold nights last week. We just moved to, I'd say, summery type of atmosphere here. And ideal really for early morning walks, you know, if anyone's strolling to the shops, doing a few bits and pieces before doing their broadcast, just like myself. Well, as I said yesterday, today's broadcast is going to be very, very brief. The reason for that is very simple. We have Twitch Developer Tour 2019 in London today, and it's a big event. It's an offshoot of TwitchCon Europe, which has been happening, during the weekend. And there's a team basically going to various European cities. They've gone already to Tel Aviv before going to Berlin, and then to Paris, and indeed to London today. So all of us Twitch broadcasters, streamers, and some viewers will be descending to that event, and we're going to New Oxford Street later today. Just to sort of summarize, the event is going to be starting roughly around 5:30, but we all have to be there around 5 o'clock. And the reason for that is we have to check in. Obviously, anyone who is going to be participating have registered. They'll have to present the credentials, pick up the tickets, which I have to say and state several times are free of charge tickets, so you don't have to pay anything. It's not like you want big conferences where you pay a few £100 for it. And firstly, we'll have check-ins, networking, and a bit of chat at 17:30. Then that's going to be lasting for about an hour, roughly. And then we'll have at 18:30 panel presentation. There are going to be 3 people there, and they will talk about all these kinds of activities. The speakers are going to be Amish Shavat, who is the Vice President of Developer Experience at Twitch. We have Matt Oerbach, and he is an NYC-based developer advocate at Twitch. And then we'll have Deborah Mensah-Bonsu. She manages content and community at Space Apis Games. And then we'll have also Neil McCarthy, who is the Vice President of Growth and Product Services of JGAX. So really absolutely terrific panel of experts, people who will be representing Twitch and also affiliated services. And their panel will start at 18:30 roughly. And then after that we'll have a special guest speaker. I'm not sure who that is going to be, but somebody probably very high up from Twitch. Because as you know, on Saturday there was a keynote speech in Berlin, and they introduced, the Twitch executives introduced the whole string of services that indeed are going to be running more or less imminently or from June. And they include Twitch Sings, and that already had started on Monday. It includes lots of different novelties for the broadcasters. For instance, we are going to be getting the revenue, which is earned on a channel, on the 15th of the month rather than 6 weeks later. And that is a major improvement and enhancement. You obviously realize that everybody is self-funded and very much dependent on contributions. I should say not everyone. The vast majority of the people on Twitch are self-funded and very dependent viewers. So that indeed has been accelerated and streamlined. Therefore, every single broadcaster will be getting revenue much earlier than before. Secondly, there will be a kind of a partner bounty system introduced to Germany, France, and UK from June, and that is going to be a new service, giving some opportunities for various broadcasters to attempt partnering with certain firms. I'm not sure how this is going to work, and I'm very excited to hear a bit more about it, because obviously having a solid partnership with a particular firm, specifically if you are presenting one of the games, like for instance a lot of people are single game streamers. So I'm not a single game streamer, but obviously my channel is Spectre Destiny. So for instance, I will be attempting to create partnership with Bungie, and I'll have to find out how this bounty the partner bounty system is going to work. But definitely something I'm very excited about and want to see all that is to evolve from that. Then we've had some announcements on the new search system. The new search system is going to be massively enhanced and very precise, so you are going to be able to find exactly what you want on Twitch. There is going to be an introduction of leaderboards, and the leaderboards are going to be for your viewers. So if you're a broadcaster, you'll be able to have your top 10 of those people who are there on your channel every day, and I believe you'll be able to see what time they spent on your channel, not just per day, but probably per month or overall. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work, but the leaderboards have been obviously talked about and announced, so we are going to be having them really very, very shortly. So these are some of the news. Obviously, there are many other news that we are going to be discussing today. So really look forward to that keynote speech of special guest speaker at 19:15. Then we'll have at 19:45 Q&A, an open discussion on anything Twitch related. And then from 8 o'clock there will be networking. A fantastic chance to meet your broadcasters and viewers alike, and to make further bonds, contacts, to establish new friendships, and make indeed some business connections. As a veteran of various business networks, I really look forward to that, because this is the first formal big event of that sort in London, Twitch related. We've had some other Twitch offshoots and small conferences and that, but this is something quite different. As you know, the first TwitchCon Europe was indeed held on a weekend in Berlin, and it was the debut of European Twitch services. So we are really looking forward to these offshoots taking place here. And also what I'm particularly interested in, and I'll discuss that with other participants, is the creation of London-based Twitch network. You see, we obviously can run such networks online, but having the opportunity to meet at at a certain place and really within a certain length of time, like on regular basis, will be definitely very, very useful to everyone. And I'm wondering whether such network already exists, and if so, where those people meet, and if not, what means of creation there might be. The only trouble we have in London is that hiring spaces, particularly in central London, is absolutely extortionate. The costs are astronomical, and that's the reason as to why a lot of people from the affiliated industries, most notably music and film, have been withdrawing from central London, because they simply cannot pay those fees. And in the past, you would have spaces that were accessible for free, and you could just network in there, but that's just pretty much gone, because everybody wants to make some money. And indeed, the volume of people that circulate of such conference spaces is phenomenal. And so evidently by introducing fees, you are eliminating quite a large number from making their attempts to seize on the space, and those who actually can access it are people in possession of some significant capital. Personally, I feel that networking from a set space in central London would be of tremendous advantage, and that is specifically to do with people who are going to be travelling from other parts of the country as well as from the continent to meet. Because as you know, if you are in Northern Europe, you can just jump on your Eurostar or on coach and get to London with ease. Coaches are quite cheap nowadays if you're travelling by Flixbus or Megabus. And indeed, if you have some money, you can use Eurostar services, which are extremely expensive. But the fact is, you can get to London within roughly 2 hours if you are traveling from Amsterdam or from Paris or Brussels. So really, easy to access. And on the other hand, if the networking is situated in central London, then obviously it's very easy for everyone to find, which is obviously of tremendous benefit to all. And you'll find sometimes that people come to London and participate in central areas, and they'll obviously book some accommodation very, very far from there. But nevertheless, it's certainly a possibility, and I'll discuss this with other participants tomorrow. Really, today, very, very excited about the fact that this is going to be the first one in a line of many of those kinds of events. And as you know, we will have to start somewhere, and there will be some feedback on TwitchCon Europe as well, which is going to be very useful. We have a very, very vibrant and alive community in Britain, and lots of people are streaming and making very, very successful programs and broadcasts on Twitch. So I'm hoping that the vast majority of the top streamers and people who are very, very busy and indeed with the large communities are going to be there today. And I'm quite curious to see also at what location we are going to be meeting, whether it is adequate and big enough, because it's possible that lots of people will turn up. But I just want to warn everyone, if you are obviously watching my broadcast today and just learning about this event, which actually hasn't been too well advertised, I have to admit. I've not seen too many ads on the internet, but maybe that's just myself not really looking for them properly. But you must be reserving your ticket in advance, and you have to fill in a form indicating who you are and what your activities are, etc., because the conference or the offshoot is basically focusing on the broadcasters, and obviously it is open to the viewers as well, but the broadcasters are the people who will be asking questions and finding out more about the business of Twitch, because obviously, as you know, it is the broadcasters that are raising the revenue for Twitch, and indeed it is the viewers who are contributing and therefore making sure that the revenue is both donated as well as shared amongst Twitch, well, the Twitch as entity, and then the streamers as well. So everything gets shared. It is a very, very good system, and at the end of the day, everybody gains. The viewers donate and receive high quality content, and the broadcasters and the company then share some of the revenue. So really very fair and square, and this is the way it is going to continue for a while. So once again, I'm going there, therefore my broadcast today is going to be very short and anecdotal, just really here to say hello, and maybe I'll do a couple of strikes just to warm up and to keep up with our Destiny activities. But then tomorrow we are going to have a proper feedback on all that's happened. In addition to that, there were people from the US yesterday who were asking me to do a vlog, or indeed to be recording some of the events, and I may do that. I'll have to see how things develop, but generally for vlogging and extensive kind of video footage, I need to go there with a couple of assistants, because quite frankly, within 2 or 3 hours, which is the allocated time, it gets very, very hectic. And obviously taking photographs is quite nice and easy, but doing more significant footages is indeed perhaps a bit too difficult just for one person. If you are engaged in proper networking, if you're talking to everyone, and you're making new contacts, bonds, connections, and indeed sharing your views on broadcasting with other participants. So we'll see. There will be certainly a selection of photographs. I will be obviously posting them to Twitter, so watch this space tonight, or in the late afternoon, and they will be obviously on display both there and on my Instagram. In addition to that, we are going to be having quite a lengthy feedback tomorrow. I'll tell you exactly what happened and how things have progressed, and I'm sure it is going to be to my true delight, and hoping to walk away with some new friends, some new contacts, with some people who want to be partnering up and doing things together, which is basically what networking is all about. As you know, Twitch broadcasting is opening up lots of new horizons of ideas, and we are working on this every single day, i.e. providing you with high quality content and trying to develop the medium to the best of our abilities to something which is going to be, in fact, competing with the regular or more conventional forms of broadcasting. And indeed, we know already that this is happening, and it will be very interesting to see how altogether the audiences really take their pick, and how the masses of people who are broadcasting are going to be kind of building the new communities and getting greater numbers of viewers and all this. It really is mind-boggling, because at the end of the day, at the moment, Twitch, similar to what the internet was before, is completely free. You do have moderators like myself. Sometimes you pay companies to do moderation for you, but principally doesn't have a watchdog or a body that's kind of scrutinizing on what is really on display, and that probably will arise in due course. But why not enjoy the freedom and the opportunities whilst they're here with us? And at the end of the day, I don't think that even a major authority examining the content will make any major difference, because obviously if you are running channels that are providing you with high quality content, where you're civilized, polite and educated, where you do not use swear words or saying anything offensive, you run family friendly channels, there certainly shouldn't be too much of interference. The only thing is, if you start talking about politics or certain kinds of extreme views, or get discussions which become overly heated or perhaps offensive, then that is obviously of concern. But moderators can resolve that as well, and the entire system as it stands today works quite well for myself, and I think for other broadcasters as well. Depends on the type of content you present, depends on the presenter as well, whether they are engaging with the community, and depends on the community participants. I think having a clear set of guidelines and rules on a channel helps, and having a few moderators fully involved, and by that I mean professional moderators, not robots or friends and relatives, will obviously minimize any form of liability coming in from completely unknown people who are not even your community members. As you know, all the channels are accessible 24/7 live on the internet, and you get lots of people just popping in, having a look, and they have no interest whatsoever in joining a particular community. They will just take a decision from what they can see, whether they're interested, whether this is serious or unserious enough, whether it kind of fits in with their own perspective on online activity. And certainly on this channel we have very, very few pranks or difficulties. Now and then we had some people coming in and being immediately penalized after we were doing some competitive matches. For whatever reason, competitive matches and certainly particular games are attracting toxic content, and I absolutely do not want to be involved with that at all, at any stage, anywhere, in any shape or form. And if that was to be happening here on the channel, then obviously everyone will be dealt with by our moderators immediately, as has been the case until today. So coming back to my announcement, myself and other Twitch broadcasters are going to be participating in Twitch Developer Tour 2019 today. It starts at 5:30, Central London, New Oxford Street. Join us there, have a cup of tea, have a chat, find out what we are like in real life, and indeed talk to us, tell us what you want to see. Hopefully we are going to be having also many viewers and people who are our regular Twitch broadcasting users, people who are members of our community, and I'm hoping also that there are going to be people participating who are your dedicated veterans of certain games. As you know, at the moment the most popular games on the net are Fortnite, and I should say Apex first, because indeed it's beating Fortnite by a mile presently, and then you have Call of Duty, you have PUBG. So these are the games that are very, very popular, but let's not forget we also have our Destiny community, which is massive. It comprises about 4.5 million people on Twitch alone, and we absolutely want to see some of our Destiny veterans and fans in there. Maybe there'll be some cosplay as well, maybe there'll be people coming in dressed as Guardians, you never know. It is obviously open to all sorts of surprises, so I'm really very, very curious. So watch this space after 5 o'clock. There will be obviously photographs posted to my Twitter and my Instagram, and I'll be informing you on all that's happening in there as it unravels. So very, very exciting indeed, similar to the works I've done in music and film industries, but it's the first one related to video game industry from myself on this channel. So absolutely delighted to have been obviously able to attend and participate. Once again, it is our Twitch Developer Tour 2019 London today in the evening, early evening at 5:30, well actually late afternoon, starting from 5:30, New Oxford Street, Central London, and we'll have a panel of speakers in there. Amish Shavat, Matt Oibach, Deborah Mensah-Monsu, and Neil McCarthy are going to be there representing Twitch and affiliated firms. Right, so that's all about our Twitch Developer Tour 2019. What I'm going to do now is I'll just proceed with a few strikes, and then we'll wrap it up for today, because guess what, my day is completely taken up by the conference offshoot from Berlin, and I have a lot of work to do before I go there, which is obviously to do with admin, to do with my various other entities, and I want to be absolutely tip-top ready to meet, to talk, to engage, and to basically make new connections there with everyone who is participating, particularly with other broadcasters, most likely to be those who are UK based, and indeed with some of the people from Twitch representing the company. So without further ado, we are going to be cracking on with a hunter, and indeed we are going to be doing some strikes. And I can see Elias is here asking 1 against 1. The answer is unfortunately I can't do anything like this. There'll be no cooperative play today. and I'm attending a Twitch Developer Tour 2019, and therefore this broadcast is just very, very brief in order to keep up with our daily streams of Destiny. So I'm afraid I can't join in, and in any case I do not do competitive Crucible kind of matches in here. I primarily do PvE, i.e. the player against the environment, where we bring people in to join us on many missions and participate as Guardian members of our fire team. So sorry I can't help, but indeed if you're interested, just stay here for a little while, and if other people come in, you'll be able to get some members to basically help out. And very frequently we have people teaming up, squadding up, making new teams, and doing both the Crucible, most importantly the raids as well as PvE. So we are going to be first of all looking at our character. We'll see what needs to be done, if anything. I think I've sorted out my kit yesterday. What I do need to do is I need to collect some bounties. So we are going to go to our friend Xander. He's obviously at the tower. We collect some bounties and then we'll crack on. So just stand by and then proceed to our destination. We arrived. We are going to be collecting some bounties. These are going to be Siva Heroic Strikes based in order to get some good loot. As you know, when you do Heroic Strikes, the troubles are usually skeleton key related. We don't get many skeleton keys. You complete the strike, get to that big chest at the end, and then you can't open it. Well, very, very frustrating. Happens most of the times to me. Right, so let's see. Assist medals. Take one of those. Complete strikes. Okay, we'll take that. And then medals earned. Medals earned.
Checking. Confirm.
See whether I've got any other bounties that are not used at the moment. What's this one? No, that's very unlikely. We are not going to be able to do that. It's a very difficult bounty. It's asking us for, to walk through the strike without anyone dying, and that's just not going to be happening. Right, we've got our bounties. We are ready to engage. We'll just double check our weaponry. We'll have a look. We want to see that we are fully equipped and enabled for the activity that is to follow. And there we are. The weapons are as follows. Our primary Muggle Loop, sniper rifle is Devil's Dawn. We'll actually put our each new day, Lord of the Wolves, 390. Let's see. That's the one we want. Dark Blade Spite, a very, very good fusion rifle, very effective. Rocket launcher. Well, rocket launcher can be useful, but we'll put Soul Edge for the first section of the strike. So the primary is going to be Muggle Loop. The second is going to be Dark Blade Spite. Our heavy is going to be Soul Edge, and later replaced by the rocket launcher. Something wicked, I think it's likely to be. Let me see. Something wicked. That's correct. In fact, we can get some Spirit Bloom in there from the Quartermaster, I think. Quickly have a look.
Warlock profiles? Ah.
Because really we want the specs fully enabled,
Guardian.
you know. Spirit Bloom, Worm Spore. One, two, three. 15. Okay, so just one purchase should be sufficient. I think. Spirit Bloom. Is it Spirit Bloom? I think it is. I definitely want to purchase, you know, something that's going to be of assistance. Spirit Bloom 20. That we got 20. Okay, so we
You are
are
always welcome at the armory.
going to be now doing the perks. Battle Runner. Kills this weapon grant a brief boost to the sprint's top speed. Danger close as well. We'll take that one. We have Snapshot and we have Javelin. Increases warhead velocity. Aiming this weapon is incredibly fast. And then Tripod. This launcher's tube can hold 3 shells. Okay, so that's quite good. That's increasing the size of the magazine. And what we are going to do is we'll have a look. We'll put this one on. Bellicose shell. Right, so we need to be using. I just want to see if I have anything else that can be also enhanced. Hand cannon, this one. We'll need, I think, a bit more. Yeah, that's right. And then this fusion rifle, X asterisk, has nothing. Okay, so put that fusion rifle on, X asterisk. And okay, these ones we know. Can put the Endling Mast in there as well. What I'm trying to do is I'll be using some multi-flight to increase the experience. And 391, 389, 390. There's a fine grips. Exaltation vest. Okay. Ion Tracer boots. I think these are new. Yeah, that's correct. And this one, Quirk of the Cosmonaut, is full, but we'll put another one on, like Quirk of the Leopard. Quirk of the Leopard is quite good as well. Also very good. And then this one is Memory of Scory, I think. Yeah, that one is fully enabled, but we'll try another one just to make sure that all is there. Two-sided coin is quite good. Alright, so what we'll do is we are going to be increasing experience on all of those weapons and kit, and we do that by the use of our motor flight. So let us just do this. And we got inventory. And then we'll go to the mode of light. That's 269, and that is. We'll go for 20. Some interesting bits which I picked up during the strikes. Armor Core, which is going to be giving us some extra reputation for the House of Judgment. battles. And then Mouldering Shard, which is here. We'll get some extra rewards when you defeat Oryx in Tekken King version of King's Fall. Alright, so let me see what we've got now on our kit. Hand cannon, looks like all has been enabled, so that's good. We'll take then Last Resort, we'll take lightweight, increase magazine size, faster reload. Well, we put just extra magazines first of all. Third eye radar stays active while aiming down. Okay, so that's all good. So this one is even 394 attack, which is really cool. Guess we can try this weapon straight away. And then we have X Astris. We don't have many enough weapon parts. Well, that's annoying. I think we need to buy those as well then. How many? 1, 2, 3. It's 15. Okay. Where is he?
Need something from the Vanguard?
He doesn't have the
Rep the
name.
Vanguards, thank you.
So weapon parts we need to buy from Banshee. Okay. Something wicked. More Spirit Bloom. 1, 2. So that would be okay. Another Spirit Bloom we need to buy here, but
Good
it looks
morning,
good.
Guard. Good evening, Guardian.
So that is Spirit Bloom. Got it. Okay, and then
Whatever you need to continue the fight, Guardian.
fusion rifle. Weapon parts we said. Rocket launcher. Weapon parts. Okay, increase intellect, that's alright. Spirit Bloom sensor network tap. They need to be increased. Not going to bother with that at the moment. And increase discipline on this one, okay. This one, fast ball, increase intellect, fast ball, okay. Long tomorrow. Then we have Eon Tracer boots as well, so that's good. We wanted to have a bit more Relic Iron as well. Alright. And then this one. Cloak of the Leopard. And this one. Increase Discipline. Okay. So if we look at this, we need then Relic Iron, I think we're seeing here. No, not this one. Relic Iron. Armor materials, I think it was, right?
How can I help you tonight, Guardian? Return whenever you'd like, Guardian.
So where's that Relic Iron? which we've just seen. But don't tell me I was dreaming. Weapon parts. Weapon parts. Well, I did see it somewhere, but...
Stand by. Updating 100 profiles.
Weapon parts. Weapon parts over here. From our friend Banshee.
Let's go.
Weapon parts. We need to see how many of those are needed. It's 10 in here.
Please step clear, Guardian.
25. 25 altogether. Okay. Weapon parts. So we need to buy 5.
Okay. Sure.
So that's 5. Let's see the perks. Knee pads. Slide further. Replenish. Okay. Braced frame. Increased stability. Reduced magazine size. Aiming this weapon is incredibly fast. Eye of the Storm, this weapon becomes more accurate as your health gets lower. Okay. Replenish, and that's refilling of the magazine when you release your super. Reflex, improved aim assist, and improved handling. I think red dot is better. It's precise aiming. And fusion rifle have magazine of 4, which is quite good. So that's good, that's sorted out. We can be using it, of course. And then we have 393 of that rocket launcher. So let's see. Battle runner, kills with weapon, grant a brief boost to the sprint stop speed. Gains increased reload and handling when 2 or more enemies are in close proximity. Snapshot and javelin. Aiming this weapon is fast, and then we want to have extra shells, so that's cool. That's fully enabled. With the other ones, I think we've done already what we wanted. So let's see, 391, 392, we want it back on. Tracer gloves. Wait a minute, what is the perk there? Sidearm, switchblade. Just a minute. Long tomorrow 9G, 390 defense, 393 defense in here. 393 defense. It's exactly the same, isn't it? Yeah, it is, but we don't really need two of the same. And 393 on tracer boots. Okay. Cloak of the leopard. Can try the fusion rifle, why not? Alright, so that's all done. We are ready for our next battle. I quite like my outfit with the faction boots and cloak. And we are now going to be doing Siva Heroic Strikes, so be ready. We are going to be enjoying our scenic picture postcard views for a few moments. And after that we'll proceed. So let's just take a moment. I'll have a short break because I need to get a few things together in here. I'll be back in about 5 minutes and then we'll carry on with Siva Heroic Strikes. So let me see. What we'll do is we'll gather our thoughts, enjoy moments of tranquility, we'll think of the loved ones, places we love the most, and now we are going to be going to orbit. We gathered our thoughts, we got back our resilience. We are ready to engage with another battle. So we'll go to orbit. And what we'll do is Siva Crisis Heroic, and you can see we'll have some mods in here. Catapult, grenade recharge is greatly increased, airborne, you'll deal more damage while in the air, chaff, radar is disabled, and heroic, enemies appear to be in greater numbers and are more aggressive. What's important is that we do not have that mod which is making their shields almost unbreakable, and then if we get that mod then the strike is extremely difficult to complete unless you have the Dark Drinker or, you know, Raise Lighter, one of the top weapons, and I do not have those as yet. I'm working on one of them. Alright, so just stand by for a moment, and then when we come back we are going to be doing these strikes, and we'll have a short selection of strikes for about 45 minutes and then we'll call it a day, because I'm going to the Twitch Developer Tour 2019 in London today, and it's going to be at Oxford Street, New Oxford Street to be precise, from 1700 hours in the afternoon. So once again I want to invite everyone and anyone who's Twitch related, broadcasters, viewers, participants, fans, video game lovers, do join us today. It is a first big event coming directly from TwitchCon Europe. It's an offshoot of what happened in Berlin during the weekend, and basically we have a debut of that sort of event in London. We are going to have lots of broadcasters and Twitch users there. We'll have lots of developers, lots of content creators, and there will be plenty of time for networking, for gathering, for finding out you know, new friends, finding out more about the novelties and inventions that Twitch is going to be introducing for the broadcasters and viewers alike. Plenty of opportunity to find your new partners in crime, so to speak, for people who perhaps can be doing some of the streams together with you. People can join you for the firefights. People love same sorts of games, and indeed all the other Twitch fans who are spending many hours every week on Twitch watching other people's broadcasts, or indeed creating content. So join us, get there by 5 o'clock p.m. today. And as I said, it's going to be in New Oxford Street, and you can just simply register if there are still spaces available. I'm not sure. I've registered a little while back, and you have to register. You don't have to pay anything. It's free of charge, and then you are going to be able to participate in everything that is to unravel. And that will be panel discussions. There'll be keynote speeches. There will be a lot of networking, and then social gathering. And I think there will be something to eat as well. So it looks absolutely fantastic. Really a kind of evening that we all look forward to, and it's happening today. Alright, so I'll take a short break. When I come back, we'll crack on with the strikes. There we are, my friends. We are ready for combat.
Whether we wanted it or not, we've stepped into a war with a cabal on Mars. So let's get to taking out their command, one by one. Valus Ta'arik. From what I can gather, he commands the siege dancers from an Imperial land tank outside of Rubicon. He's well protected. But with the right team, we can punch through those defenses, take this beast out, and break their grip on Freehold.
Let's find access to their system. See if we can track down Valus Ta'arik.
Actually, I think Imago Loop's better than that. Go back for Imago Loop. I mean, this one's quite good, but Imago Loop appears to be a bit more powerful. So you could see one shot, one kill. Suffering, look at that. Guess it's got really a very thick skull, a very hard head. And just have a look at the where was it? I was looking at. Okay. All right. I'm just doing everything by myself, which is ridiculous, isn't it? It's a strike for... Where do we need to go? So where are we to go? Where? There are some people in here at last. And car. So we destroy the guards, the anomalies next. There's the big one in there. He got me. You can see him. The other chaps were not destroying those lights, and therefore we had, as you can see, this sort of massive expansion of those. this one still remains here. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
heavy. I don't even think that these rockets like went out. Don't know why. It must be lag. Thank you. Again! Well, it must be my internet. Because for the second time running, the rocket didn't go out.
Got it. I'll let Commander Zavala know there's one less problem on Mars.
Valis to Ark has finally been defeated and the Cabal command dealt a great blow. But in the darkness rising, more fleets will come and new
Where's the
leaders will
chest?
rise. We must be ready to face them all.
Okay. Treasure upon stars, neutral, reservoir. Let me see what I got here. Scout rifle, 395. Okay. Need to clean that up because the other weapon is occupying space in there. We don't want it in there. And this one. $390. Engram. Well, mind you, this one's not too bad. It's $395. I'll look at it again. Yeah, it's a good scout rifle. It's a reactive reload, explosive rounds, it's a very good one. So that's good loot, that's pretty good. Automatic rifle for 93. All looking good. Crack on with another one, but actually we'll see what the status of this bounty is. Oh, we got this one completed already. And this one.
Guardian,
Okay.
we've picked up a high-gain transmission. Origin point is somewhere along the coast, near the Cosmodrome.
Я в опасности. Системы повреждены.
We did
That's
manage to
Rasputin,
get.
the AI Warmind. If I'm understanding him correctly, it's a distress call. There are so few ballet fans left, Guardian. It'd be a shame to lose him.
Very happy to see that I completed 2 of those bounties already.
We can't afford another Omnigul situation. Get in there, assess the threat, and aid Rasputin. A threat to the Warmind is a threat to the city as well.
Военный спутник запущен. Коды доступа внутри.
Heads up. Rasputin's dropping a warsat in from orbit. It's got the codes we'll need to access his bunker. Sorry this is taking so long, but these sequences are incredibly complex. Plus, I'm actually not that good at math.
Need my sword on.
Военный спутник запущен. Коды доступа внутри.
We have a war site incoming.
So where's the other chap?
Sorry this is taking so long, but these sequences are incredibly complex. Plus, I'm actually not that great at math, so...
That seems to be alright. We are completing it. 1999, that's it. You got it.
I've got access. Let's go.
Доступ получен. Аннулирование протокола.
I'm detecting comm signals deep in the vault.
Anyone with a radio could have picked up Rasputin's distress call. If we don't shut it down, half the Cosmodrome could be at his front door. Could try to hack us through, but Rasputin might handle that poorly. His system's already stressed. Must be some other way to bypass his systems.
Система взломана. Нанесен урон. Запущено планирование контрмер.
It worked. Maybe too well. This arc energy is coming from the depths of Rasputin's power grid. It's similar to what we use to power the city, but its drift velocity is totally different than ours. Fascinating.
Two of us got killed.
As a fellow inorganic life form, I just want to note that Rasputin has a much better setup than us. He has a secret bunker, space weapons. I live in your backpack. I'm going as fast as I can. You'd think Rasputin would have made this a little easier on us.
What killed me? Didn't see anything coming. Thank you. Thank you. It's not going to work, really, is it?
Высокий приоритет мобильному юниту. Уничтожить его немедленно.
That shank's been modified to crack his system. Let's take it out.
There we are.
Not even a crazy Russian thank you from the old man. Typical.
The Fallen will claim nothing from this breach, not even the debris. I'm sending a fire team to seal the complex. This cannot happen again. It will not. Thanks to you, Guardian, the dream of the city lives on, without fear of weapons in the sky.
Didn't want the chest. Didn't get it. I don't think I got anything from this. Well, maybe we do another strike and then we call it a day. Maybe one or two other strikes, because I want to complete the bounty as well. Let's see what the bounty says. Oh, so that's been completed, alright. Okay, so what have we got here? All looking good. Really excited about that Twitch development tour. After I, complete the strikes, then I'll get ready and I'll head straight there. Quite curious to see what is to follow.
Splicer's High Priest has crews pushing further underground in the Plague Lands. Looks like a large-scale mobilization against a hive nest.
An army of Hive controlled by the Splicers would be the end of old Russia.
Could be the end of everything. The Devils are evolving. Neutralize them before this goes any further, Guardian.
There we are.
All right. There's a series of old missile silos near the bunker. I've got reports of Hive near that location.
Sounds like the place to be.
From my glimmer? Yeah. And remember, target anything that moves. Every kill gets us one less Splicer or Hive to be warped by Siva.
I'm picking up several concentrated Siva nodes ahead. Noted.
The Splicers are using Siva to augment the silo's old defense protocols. They've got the inner doors sealed tight. If you want to get inside, you'll need to find and destroy those Siva nodes.
I've pinpointed another Siva node.
What was happening in there? Boo.
I've pinpointed another Siva node. Picking up one more node. Let's go get it. The splicers sealed this door tight. We need to find those SIVA nodes if we want to get through. That's the last node. Security protocols are clear and hackable.
Push forward, Guardian.
Okay.
The splicers have fortified the entrance. We've got heavy resistance.
They must have driven the hive deeper into the silos. Fight through it.
I'm pinging new SIVA energy spikes below us. Multiple nodes, all powering another barrier. But I can't nail down their locations. The readings are too sporadic.
You know what to do, Guardian. Find those nodes, unload on them, and keep moving.
It's hard to get a clean reading down here. Keep moving. The closer we get to each node, the easier they are to match. Looks like the splicers have taken this hatchery. The hive bioorganic architecture is still intact, but there are microbursts of SIVA activity all around us.
I got no pity to spare for the hive. Keep going.
Yeah, rocket launcher will be useful in there. Oh no, why did I? Slipped.
Why am I always falling into this abyss? What is going on? Ugh, and I missed the whole strike. You can see the other guys are just racing. They don't care about all the other people, and which is unfortunately what does happen sometimes. Random matchmaking is a mixed bag.
All right, still getting strong SIVA readings. There must be another node.
Oh, so what is this? I've gone the wrong way.
You're all that stands between the Splicer's High Priest and whatever mad science he's cooking up down there. End this.
That did it. No idea what those nodes were protecting, but the barrier's down. This doesn't look good.
Did you find the High Priest?
Not exactly. That ogre is... well, that's disgusting.
A lot more where that came from if the High Priest isn't removed from the field.
The splicers sealed this door tight. We need to find those SIVA nodes if we want to get through. That ogre is... well, that's disgusting.
A lot more where that came from if the High Priest isn't removed from the field.
That's the trouble. Either rocket launcher or that sword. The sword's quite good for the enemy, for the weak enemy. Where's he gone now?
Thank you. Finished.
What a mess. The High Priest wasn't looking to build a hive slave army. He was just removing their body parts to be joined with Siva.
Bioengineering's become the Splicer's main MO. We're lucky to have dropped their High Priest before he could perfect any of this madness, but it's gotta make you wonder. What other perversions are they planning?
Again, I didn't get anything much. We do one more. Call it a day then. Have to get ready for my, Twitch developer con today. Automatic rifle. Some engrams I've got. 394. What's this? 394 as well. Okay.
The Vex have restarted their world-eating machine in a bid to restore their Nexus. In time, Venus will be consumed.
And listen to this. Scouts report that the Vex have upgraded the Nexus mine with tech from the Vault of Glass.
Do you need something, Cade?
No. Just here to support my favorite Guardian.
I'm sure. Let's take that Nexus mine apart.
Nexus is next. That's quite difficult as well.
Hold on. I'm reading massive numbers of Taken. It's an invasion. Usually all you see out here is Vex.
Cade, why are you here? The truth.
Ikora, I'm hurt. I haven't seen you and the Guardian in a while, that's all. Let's get these taken. Remember when the scholars said the Taken wouldn't be any trouble once we killed the king? Maybe they should grab a weapon and come out here.
Their leadership has filtered downward. Take out the captains, Guardian. Taken have been aimless since their king's demise. For them to concentrate their forces here means they understand the value of the Nexus Mind.
If they've taken it, we can still blow it up. I'm reading a massive barrier ahead.
Cade, I appreciate the support, but don't you have other responsibilities?
Look, current situation aside, the Guardians have things handled. Doesn't leave a lot for the Hunter Vanguard to do.
If you're bored, the Warlock Halls could always use a once-over with a mop.
What was that? You're breaking up. barrier would have taken considerable resources to power. I think they're scared.
Validate that fear, Guardian.
Dropping my heavy in there for that rocket
My
launcher.
stomach drops whenever you make a jump like this. And I don't even have a stomach. Funny how that works.
That mind is wielding a significantly upgraded chassis.
I bet bullets still work. Aren't you glad I'm here to help?
Oh, you go away. Why did I die now? I don't understand really why I died in that. One rocket left.
Oh, go away. Go away. I don't think I have any more rockets though.
My stomach drops whenever you make a jump like this. And I don't even have a stomach. Funny how that works.
That mind is wielding a significantly upgraded chassis.
I bet bullets still work. Aren't you glad I'm here to help? legion of hunters to oversee, which is less fun than it sounds. I think they think I'm too hands-on.
Some of them just don't like you.
Wait, what?
You've done well, Guardian. For the time being, Venus continues to turn, despite our enemy's best efforts.
Alright, so that's been completed. That's going to be the last one for today. The reason is quite simple. As you know, I'm going to the Twitch Developer Con today in London, and therefore my broadcast is somewhat shorter than usual, so I have to get ready in order to, be fully prepared for everything that is to follow. And let's see, we'll just quickly go back to the tower, do some admin, and we'll wrap it up for today. Hope you guys enjoyed those strikes. I did enjoy really playing it with some of the guys in there, I have to say. They're absolutely non-team effort, and it's always a bit of a trouble when you get brought in to a crew like this. I'm surprised because generally, the Guardians that are selected for fire teams are very supportive, but today I don't really know what was going on, and I'm not sure, I didn't really pay attention whether they weren't really the same people. There were different people coming in, but they're all sort of doing the solo effort and racing and that sort of thing, and really not very popular, certainly not with myself, and not very popular with the viewers either, because obviously Destiny is a cooperative multiplayer and we want to be as supportive as possible towards other players, as you know, so it's very hard to tell what happens sometimes. But similar to Apex, you can tell straight away from the way people behave when they get in the arena, whether they're interested in doing anything as a unit, or whether they want to be just collecting their scores. And obviously when you play the strikes, the objective is defeating the final boss at the end and getting to that point, and you need to do that tactically. As you could see, the other guys were not using really adequate weapons for the boss. They were not causing much damage at all, and fortunately I did have adequate weapons, which was that powerful fusion rifle and my rocket launcher, and indeed it worked eventually. But it's all down to the strategy really. So let's have a look. Let's very quickly do some admin and wrap it up for today, and then you'll get some more news on TwitchCon, the Twitch Developer Conference event, I should say, rather than conference. That's taking place today in London, 1730 New Oxford Street. I'm going to be there, and I'll be posting photographs of the event on my Instagram and my Twitter, so definitely watch this space in order to get updated. A wonderful opportunity for us to get together with other developers and broadcasters, as well as our viewers. A good opportunity to basically team up, squad up, make new connections, and establish new partnerships. Anyone who is London-based, or indeed in the surrounding counties, or UK-based, you should really head there. It's a unique opportunity. It's the first event after the first ever TwitchCon Europe in Berlin, which obviously took place this weekend. So you really want to be there. You really want to see what the development team have to say about Twitch, and also, get in really with the networking. It's a fantastic opportunity to get to know other broadcasters, other developers, other viewers and participants, and indeed an excellent opportunity to make also new connections, links and bonds. Right, so I'm really feeling a bit sort of hectic at the moment, and I need to get there quite early, so I need to get ready and carry on.
Only a handful of those left in the world. Wear it well.
Alright, we have several of those, but I can tell you they're not really very useful. Just quite curious to see what sort of level they will be. And the level is 390. Okay, that's not too bad, but again, not useful either. All of them are 385, so they're low quality chest armor, which we do not need. And then we'll have also, let me see, what else do we have? Weapon in there, 385. Another weapon, also 385. Well below 390. And this one also 390, but we do not need it. And this one
What sort of perk does it have? No perks. We'll get rid of that one as well. Okay, so that's about it. All sorted, all done and dusted. We've had lots of SIVA heroic strikes today. Almost 3 hours of entertainment. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here with us today. As I said, today's broadcast is somewhat shorter due to Twitch developer conference or event in London. It's the first one after the debut of TwitchCon Europe, and I'm very excited to be one of the participants, and indeed look forward to basically the event. Want to be meeting up with other broadcasters and viewers and Twitch users, and everybody else is going to be there. It's going to be quite big. Lots of people will be attending, so if you haven't reserved your ticket, well, try to get one like right now, and I'm not sure whether they are still available. The tickets are free of charge. You just have to be basically reserving those in advance in order to be able to get access, as the spaces are limited. So I'm just getting ready now to proceed to basically get to the place in New Oxford Street in order to join other broadcasters and developers. Really look forward to that, and there will be news and reports from that event as we go along later on today from 17:30 on my Twitch, on my Twitter and Instagram. So thank you for coming, and I wish you all a very good afternoon, and I'll give you a proper feedback tomorrow when I get back.
But what do the flowers mean?